Everybody, and it's a happy day. I'm going to hang on 1 second. Plug in my. So many things going on today. It's a party day, and it's a Friday, and it's the first Friday of December, and we all know what's around the corner, the holidays, Hanukkah, Christmas, however you celebrate it, it's here this month. And I put this little saying up there: if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. And I did that because part of the latter part of the show is going to be about your business plan for 2023. I know, heavy duty stuff for Friday, but time does march on, doesn't it? Anyway, just want to let you know that if you don't put things in writing, they don't exist. They're not going to happen. And every trainer, coach, guru has said that. Jim Rohn was big on that. Jim Rohn was one of the, Brian Tracy. There's so many great sales trainers out there that we've had over the years. But they all know that if you don't put it in writing and you don't have a plan, guess what happens? Nothing. If you don't have a target, you can't hit it. All those things say the same thing. Anyway, that's important. And let's see what's going on here today. This is a day that, I love the stats at the end of the month because it actually tells us what we're doing going forward. And the median price went down to 430,000. We figured it would, but that's not that bad. It's end of the year, even less than that. So, unless people bought their homes like, what would you say, February, March, April, they're fine. Everybody's pretty much fine. And it's not going down like everybody thought it would. The number of sales are, though. That's, to me, I understand the median price and how that affects everybody. But what also affects everybody is how many sales we're making. We're making 68 sales a day. That's approximately 140 agents getting paid. Last year in November, the daily average was 286 agents getting paid per day. So if you do that math real quick, let's see if I can do it real quick. You're talking last year in November, 8,580 sides, right? Did I do that right? Yeah, 143 times 30, because it does it by a 30-day month. That's 4,290, right there it is. And then you take times 2, and 8,580 agents got paid, more or less. I know some people double end things, whatever. But for the most part, that's a lot of agents based on what we're doing this year, which is 4,000. So less than 8,500 last year, 4,000 this year for November. Not this year, but for November this year. I hope everybody's prepared for that, because I don't see that the climate of our market changing that much until, we'll go into 2023, and Powell keeps telling us that, he's going to keep raising the interest rates until we get down to 2% inflation. Well, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But the other thing that impacts the economic landscape, if you will, is the unemployment. Now, unemployment reached another marker today. It's gone. We've created more jobs, so that means unemployment goes down. And you all know that what I've said. I think I said it Wednesday, that what's going on in 2023 is going to be localized. So some markets, prices are still going up. We're kind of stabilizing a little bit. Then you have markets where prices are going down. And it's local. It depends on the local climate and the local unemployment and things that are going on in the particular cities and states where people buy homes. So you have to take a deep breath and just keep your nose to the grindstone. Just keep doing what you're doing. And I said on Wednesday, I wish I had done a few things more during the pandemic to put me in a better position after the pandemic. But anyway, that's hindsight, and it's always 2020. We've got now 129 days of inventory. That's based on 68 sales per day for November. So we shall see how we travel through December. November's and December's, there it used to be like pretty, things would slow down. It's not like that anymore, is it? It doesn't seem so. I mean, we have people renting homes, uh, moving out, moving in. It seems like the holidays are not the big deterrent, if you will, anymore. Investors are still buying 31 homes a day, everybody. And we said the other day, there's 21 million non-owner occupied homes in the United States out of the 150 million homes that we have, homeowners. So, that's a huge percentage, and it's for our market, it's 30%. It's pretty much that, across the board too. And investors are doing it because, well, people have always invested in real estate, but it's curious that everybody's doing it now because this 30 hasn't really moved much this year. It hasn't moved much this year at all, no matter what the pricing, no matter what. And it's because of different factors. In the beginning, we always have people moving here, so everybody needs to have a place to live. And the price of rents have increased finally. I mean, for years it was pretty stagnant at 85 cents a square foot. And then it jumped up to $1. And now some, depending on the amenities and things like that, it's up to 120, $1.20. So 85 cents to $1, and now $1.20, $1.25 even, depending on the amenities. So life has changed, and hopefully you are going to change your business plan to accommodate the change in the market. You've got to do that. Let's see. Gosh, we went from a healthy $4.58 million sales per day to a $4.43 million sales per day, which means there's not a big difference there. And that has maintained itself this year within, a percentage or a tenth of a percent. So that market's good. We have 30 single family homes that were just listed yesterday that were 430 and under, 430 being the median price, the new median price. And that gives us 2,398 homes on the market, in that price range from 0 to 430,000. And I'm just talking single family. And that's 35% of the market, which is good. That's good. You got 35% of the market in that price range. And that's good. And then you've got the other 5% doing the $1 million homes, and then everybody else falls somewhere else. Condos, high rises, townhomes, different prices, different price ranges. You've got the four. Is my phone going off? Yes, it is. Anyway, I can't get to it. Let's go to another subject. And what I did, I took the part of the class that we did on Monday, Be the CEO of Your Life. And one of the things that I think for me, and Grant Cardone will tell you too, you've got to get your financial right up here. You got to get your mind right around, grab it around your financial. Everybody wants to be a millionaire. Okay, that's not, maybe you can do it. That's wonderful. I know there's a lot of agents out there becoming millionaires, so I'm not disparaging that in any way. But for the most part, we look at the median price, we look at what people are buying, and that's what we're selling. So let's say that you want to, I'm going to start playing this. I recorded it with my voice so that I wouldn't forget anything. And I may pause it at one point because there's a point at which it becomes a little confusing because of some of the terminology. And this is the business goal Excel spreadsheet that's interactive from Brian Buffini. So let's watch it. The first thing we're going to do is decide how much money we want to net in 2023. So if we want to net $250,000, which is what you put in right here, you are going to have to generate, before taxes, $357,143 based on a tax rate of 30%. Now let's say that your tax rate is 20%. You'll see that number change. There, change to 312. But let's go back to 30 because that is probably where you are if you are in that ballpark. Now you have to add your expenses, your projected expenses in the next 12 months. We're going to say 34,000. Why do we say that? Well, because we have expenses. We have, if we're doing mailers, we have expenses for stamps and envelopes and printing. If we're doing postcards, that's the same. If we're doing any type of advertising on social media, you have to include that. You may have office fees if you have an office, and any other thing that you are doing that may be new next year, be sure to include it here. So we projected almost 3,000 a month, a little bit less than that. And now we have to add that to what we did up here. So we add the 34,000 to the 357,000. Now our adjusted gross income is 391,143. If you go down here, let's say that you're not on a split. Many companies now are 100% companies with transaction fees. So we'll just keep our 391,000 static because we don't have a split. So now, what is the average sales price in your market? Let's say it's $465,000 and your average commission is 2.5%. So that means you have to, your volume, now your gross sales volume, that's the sales price of the home, is $15,645,714. That's how much volume you have to generate to make this commission, gross commission, go up here of 391,000. And when we go down here, it's going to say, what is your annual transaction goal? Well, it's going to be, guess what? 33.65. Your quarterly is going to be 8.41, and your monthly is going to be almost 3 deals a month. Now, that was based on the calculation of your sales price, your commission, and how much you wanted to generate to meet your $250,000 income. So you have to generate 391,000. You have to sell $15 million worth of homes. And when you break all that down, if your average sales price is $465 and your commission is 2.5, the calculation is done for you. Now let me just show you. Well, let's say it's now $430. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do that. And look what happened. It automatically adjusted your annual transaction goal and your quarterly goal and your monthly goal. Because now guess what? That's our median price, around $430. So if we go down here, how many contacts do you need to generate for one referral? 20. How many referrals do you need to get one close? 3. So the referrals needed per month are going to be 9, because if you take the monthly transaction goal of 3, and it takes three referrals to get one close, 3 times 3 is 9. So 9 referrals needed per month to get 3 deals. And that is the contacts. Now, there's different words here. Referral is somebody that you're talking to and they're thinking of, yes, they're possibly going to buy. You need to get, or sell. You need to get 3 of those to get one of them to close. Okay. The number of contacts up here to generate the one referral was 20. All right. So what's 9? So when you do the math, that goes to 181 contacts. So that could be if you're doing phone calls, if you're doing face-to-face, those are contacts. Contacts are actually speaking to the person. So that's critical to know. It's not just sending out mailers. No, it's actually maybe pop by in the neighborhood. If you have a farm, hopefully you do, then you can do pop-bys and you can knock on doors and you can give people, you know, here's some Christmas cookies for you. Just pop them by to say hi, and whatever the conversation goes from there. Or you call people, and if you get them on the phone, that doesn't mean you made the phone call. That means they answered the phone. So contacts mean physical contact with a person. And we all have heard the cliche, you know, sales is a contact sport. So 9 referrals per month to get 1 close to get 3 deals. And the contacts per month to do that is 181. So that's a lot of talking. And if you do that math, let's see real quick, I'll use my calculator, 100, let's say you work 20 days a month. So that means 9 phone calls, 9 contacts a day. That's not unreasonable, everybody, to do that. And if you set aside, some people like to do it in the morning because that's their database is available. Some people like to do it in the evenings because they know that the people that live in that house work every day. So you have to know how to get in touch with your database. And that's how you achieve your business goals. This is what I call reverse engineering. And when I teach my class, Be the CEO of Your Life, Jimmy and I teach that together. This is what I go over. This is because you have to know what you have to do to make the money that you want to make. When people talk about a business plan, this is what they're talking about. What kind of activities does it take to make the type of money that you want to make? And this includes mailers. This includes pop-bys. Maybe this includes events. Maybe you have a reverse pop-by in the fall. You can start planning that now for next year, making all your database aware that, think about what kind of pie you want for my November office pie giveaway. So whatever you want to say, and you need to start now and thinking about those types of things that are going to put you in contact with people and help you achieve your goals. That's it for now. I've taken 7 minutes of your time. I appreciate it. Talk to you soon. So let me put that. So that's what I recommend that people do. You have to reverse engineer, and it's very easy. Making 20 phone calls a day to make $250,000 a year net, I think that's not a lot of work. And everybody says, oh, I don't have a database. And we went into that because a database there's some things about a database that you have to do. There's a way to set things up. And anyway, the class, I could just spend the next 3 hours giving you the class again, but I'm not going to. We'll do it in tidbits. But this is the first thing you have to do. Get your money right. Get your mind right. Everybody will tell you that. I mean, when you look at the 3-legged stool, it's got of a business. You've got the financials, the leg. You've got the customer service leg. And you have the sales and marketing leg. The first thing you have to do is the financial leg, or the rest of it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And so just so you know, the 3, we'll go over them. Financial, this is financial. You got to get your financial right. And what I didn't get into today is even before you do this, you have to know what your home expenses are, your personal expenses. And we're going to get into what type of an entity you need to set up to take the best advantage of the tax situation. I call it loopholes, but that's really not really what it is. We do have ways of saving the tax liability that we create. So anyway, that's another day. But you have to know how much money it takes to run your household or your life, your entertainment, all the discretionary money, the money that you have to spend, the money that you want to spend, so on and so forth. Anyway, so you have to get that before you can do this, because $250,000 might not pay your bills. So you have to have all that together, and so important. And we have the next several weeks to do it so that we can get a plan for 2023. And we just need to keep our nose to the grindstone and just keep working. And when you keep working, opportunities pop up. They just do. I mean, I've had several things happen to me in the past couple of weeks. It's like, wow, in this market, this happened? Yeah, it did. So anyway, stay positive, get your money right, and make sure that you know how many calls you have to make, and you have a database where you can pull those people out. Now, let's say that you don't have a database. We'll talk about that another day. Start a farm. That's the best way to start a database. But then there's some things you have to do to create a database that you can retrieve information out of when you need it for the purpose that you need it for. So like investors versus people maybe they've been in a house 20 years, they've raised their kids, and now they want a single story home. And anyway, there's some strategy to it, of course. Anyway, you all have a wonderful day. Our Christmas party is today. If you're out and about, we'll have a live guitarist who can sing any song you give him. He has a violinist. And we have a food truck that is awesome, has really delicious food. We have beverages of all kinds, from alcohol to sodas to water to whatever you want. And we dance. We even have a photo booth, so you can come in and get your Christmas picture taken. So anyway, lots of things going on at 8400 West Sahara today. Love for you all just to stop by. And we do raffles. If you're lucky enough to win, we have 5 really awesome prizes, and then every 15 minutes we give away booby prizes. So we have a good time. See you all. Have a wonderful day. I love you all. Thank you for your support and your love, and